Orhers, welcome back on my channel. Thank you for being here with me again. Today I'm back to talk to you about this little project. I want to explain how I made the background over there. There are some interesting things such as the effect of the sea, the wake of the boat, and all this done with a technique that allows you to arrange the layers as if they were in 3D. I thank you for your continued support, and it also thanks to you that I finally have active monetization on the channel. This will allow me to dedicate more and more time to the YouTube project. New content will arrive, so I recommend you stay connected. But what exactly are we going to do today? Today we are rebuilding the background. At least in part, I want you to understand how I did it. What I will need from here will only be the boat, because everything else we will redo from scratch on another file. In the meantime, if I find it. Okay, you see that boat over there? Now I'll copy and paste it into a new file. Let's exit the project and copy it into a new one. A very useful feature that takes elements from a project and copy them directly to the other files, which now does not work. Okay, magically the boat appeared. Now I'm going to set a more appropriate background with this, for example, light blue. Okay, now it seems better. What do you think? There are some interesting details here, such as I added a flag and exhaust smoke. And as you can see, the boat moves in a linear way. Once I had created this, I needed a trail, but how to make it quickly and easily? Before making the wake of the boat, however, I want to add a layer that will serve as a reference for us to correctly position the trail. As you can see, the perspective of the boat is isometric, and so everything I'm going to insert will have to be arranged in this way. There's a very convenient method to do it here on Dreams. On a new layer then, I'm going to fill the screen with a blue color. This way I automatically get a rectangle of the canvas. Finish drawing. I have to move the level under the boat. I would say it hasn't sunk yet. Follow the next steps carefully. First I resize the shape. Now with the selection tool I group. First time, then I go inside and group again. A bit like a group within a group, like Matryoshka. Pay close attention. To the main group I press it a little. I go inside and with a simple rotation I get this effect. I basically made the isometric version of the layer without any effort, so think about all the applications you can create with this method, because all the elements you organize in this way can be distorted like this. Frame by frame animation, layers, you just have to try. We've already done something similar on wheels. I recommend you watch my previous tutorial. We can also resize the group inside without obviously losing the isometric shape. For the moment, this layer alone doesn't make much sense. So now let's see how to create the water trail and add it under the boat. For the ship's wake, let's go back to Procreate for a moment, because I need some things that aren't there yet in the drawing section here on Dreams. I'm going to draw a shape that I will use to create the trail on Dreams, and the interesting thing is that I will be able to make it directly frontal, without having to give it an isometric perspective. With the symmetrical guide set, I draw this shape. New layer, vector brush set. I forgot to set drawing assist. Draw a shape like this. On a new layer, I create this shade with the gray color. Gray that we'll need again on Dreams. Create a rectangle and fade at 100%. OK. With freeform, fill the canvas. Maybe I need to change the background color a bit. OK. Now, taking the previously drawn shape as a reference, I delete the external part of the gradient. OK, great. Now I can transfer this layer directly on Dreams. Here, for example, I'm hiding this element for now because I have to work on the trail. Resize a bit. OK. Rotate. OK. Set the anchor point here. Resize a little bit. Squash. And bring here. Maybe you have figured it out. I'm going to use one of my favorite filters, noise. To do this, I need to add another 3 layers with the same gray color. OK, here. And directly create a rectangle like this. Finish drawing. OK, now I can duplicate 1 and 2. First one bring below the shade of the trail. Delete this. Next step, I apply a HSB filter on the first rectangle and darken it. Again an HSB filter on the trail layer and lighten. Then get to this layer where I apply the noise filter. Hide the first one for a moment, and on the noise layer I increase the amount and the scale. OK. For now I'm giving a fairly large scale to let you see the effect better. Later maybe we'll have to resize it a bit. Next step, on the top layer I change the blending mode to hard mix. This allows the effect to work, but to find out the shape of the trail I have to reduce the opacity of the noise layer until it appears. To create a dynamic trail animation I work on the noise filter, set the keyframe on X at the end of the timeline, and playing with the slider I can get this effect. Remember to set a trend curve to linear. I'm also changing it here by setting to 0. OK, for now the noise filter works, but the trail is still too defined. With the blur filter on the layer, I add a little, so as to also have the edges rippled. This effect is really interesting. What do you think? Maybe you already understood what I want to do. I will also have to arrange this effect in an isometric position, so first I will group all the elements together once. Then I'm going to resize a bit, because you have to know that the noise effect changes based on how small or large the layers are. For this you need to work on the filter parameters, but also on the opacity, for example. It's still not enough. Let's work on the scale. I want something little like this. Then I work a little more on the shape of the trail by resizing it, but I think I want more defined edges, so I remove a bit of blur. Okay, now I think it's much better. Now I can put the shape isometrically by doing the previous procedure. I'm going to group the elements together once again. I'll push it a little here, enter the group, and rotate. Push a little. How to see if I rotate everything inside takes an isometric shape. I can now change the blending mode on the whole group, setting it screen. If I find it, screen, ok, so that the black is not visible. But remember, for it to work there must be a layer underneath, like this blue one. Now I can get the boat over everything. And I have to figure out how to fix everything. I'll take away some of the opacity here. Now enter the noise group. Let's try to scale it a bit. Now rotate. Let's find the correct position. Ok. Opacity here. Obviously, I will also have to move the trail so that it remains under the hull of the ship. In compose mode, I precisely set the trail under the ship, this at the beginning of the timeline. It's not perfectly aligned, let's try to make some more changes. Enter the group. I think I modify the rotation a bit. Ok, now better. Now on the whole group I add another keyframe, and in correspondence of this one of the ship I move the shape here. Let's set the first one. I can move the shape now. Remember to set trend curve to linear. And this is the result. With a little ingenuity, I obtained a very realistic dynamic effect that I'm sure will be very useful in your projects. I add another effect to make everything more dynamic. Some see ripples, and to do so I duplicate this group, delete the shape of the trail, duplicate the first layer, and modify the HSB filter, set the brightness to maximum. To see the effect, in this case I'll work on the amount of the noise filter, which would then be its brightness. I'll decrease it. I also have to at the end like this. Ok. Here we will work a little on the noise filter. I want to add more movement, so let's try to set the treble. I would say it doesn't work like that. I think the trend curve is wrong. Set linear. It works now, but the movement is too fast. I decrease the value here. Much better. I still take off a little more amount. Okay, also at the end of the timeline. I want the effect to be mild because I still have one thing to do. In the meantime, I resize this to fill the screen. However, by doing this, I notice that the movement on X is too fast, so I also have to modify this value. X, decrease, much better, a little bit, here increase. Okay, now it's perfect. This way I get some lines, but as you can see it goes too fast again. I will have to go back to work on the noise filter parameters. First on the travel, decrease here, and again increase here. The closer the values are, the slower the effect will be. As for speed, I think we are. I'm going to decrease the scale a bit. I slow down a little more. The travel, let's try 51 here. Okay. Now on X. Okay, now I think is the right speed. Finally, I change the background color a little so that the wave effect is better seen. I'd say you have figured out by now that the noise effect is my favorite, at least for now. I've already told you about it in several tutorials, and today I'm adding another one. But look at the effect here. It's really beautiful, and above all you can use it both if you have to do a more realistic job, but also if you dedicate yourself to something more cartoon. Well dreamers, we have reached the end of another fantastic tutorial. I hope it will be useful for your projects. Mine continues, and if you missed it, finally there is the release date of Animal, next March 14th. Not long to go. If there is something is not clear to you, ask me in the comments please. Thank you so much for watching, and